Hello everybody and welcome to your 15 minutes writing warm-up from Jesse Stong and Playwright's Workshop Montreal. I'm happy to be here today on episode 13 of this. Can you believe it? Hello. Oh, I look kind of good today. Hi Josie, how are you? Josie's watching. One of our youngest writers is joining us today. I hope you're having fun. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm really proud of you guys for sticking to it. I know a lot of you have been here every episode. This is the 13th one. Which means you're in your 7th week of writing with me. And so it's really great to see you all. It really fills me up with a lot of joy. Hi, Hannah. Hi, Craig. Hi, Rob. Hi, everybody. Jillian, everybody. It just fills me with a lot of joy. But today I'm going to really work you to your bone. Because it's episode 13, I thought a good theme today would be evil and how to write bad guys and how to write villains, right? And maybe just because you don't have a villain in your story, we're still talking about that complicated character, that disruptive character, that obstacle in the way of your character, right? So we're going to really work you to the bone today. I'm going to be evil today and make you write really hard. Get a pen and paper ready. I really suggest you get a book that you like writing in because it's better than typing. Don't type unless you have to because of some disability. I want to show you a picture of my black cat. Look at that. Oh, he changed views. It was so cute earlier. But that's Fly, my evil black cat. So writing bad guys is a lot of work. And a one-dimensional bad guy is probably the worst character you'll ever create because nobody likes watching a character that doesn't have depth. Nobody feels a threat from a bad guy that isn't weighted, that isn't earned. A bad guy that comes out and goes, blah, ha, ha, I'm stopping the show isn't a great character. It's not thrilling. It's not scary. It's not evil enough. And I also wish I could customize this activity because it only works if you kind of have a character-driven piece. But the comments are here for you. So after you watch the videos, if you go online, you can write in the comments. And I go through the comments once a week. I'll customize the activity for you. If you have any issues with the activity, just write it in the comments. There's 2 pillars to writing bad characters, to writing bad guys that I want you to hold on to and remember. I was thinking last night, how do I condense these thoughts into 2 things? 1, evil is not the same as bad. Bad is not the same as evil. Bad people tend to order people around. Bad people let bad things happen. But evil people do the deed themselves. And evil people relish in doing the deed themselves. So just think, am I making this character bad or evil? Is this character problematic or truly a shadow character, right? And the other thing is good evil is about choices, not identity. And I'm going to say that and underline it one more time. You should write it down. Evil characters are about their choices, not their identity. You're setting yourself up for a bad story or for a problematic story if the reason your character is evil is simply because of some birthright, some identity category. That can be problematic. That can be really difficult. But also, evil is about choices, choosing to take the route. I have a little quote from Carl Jung before we get started. We're going to do an activity today called Hear No Evil, Speak No Evil, See No Evil. I don't know what the order is. I have it here. But that's the activity today. So start thinking about your character who is the problematic character. Your character who's in the way of your main character. Maybe your main character is the evil character, so that's okay too. But today we're going to look at the obstacle character. What did I write down here? The complication, the contradiction, the obstacle. And if you don't have a character-based story, you can actually just use, just do this activity anyways with whatever you consider the obstacle in the way to be. This Carl Jung, if you haven't read Carl Jung, I really suggest it, especially if you're looking to make a deal with the devil. But everyone carries a shadow, wrote Jung. And the less it is embodied in the individual's conscious life, the blacker and denser it is. There's that idea that we're all evil, and it's the people who are fearless enough to embrace the evil that get to be the villains, right? It's just getting in the mindset of somebody who's taking the shadow route. They don't feel like they're getting more and more mentally unwell. They always say that. I'm going to say crazy. I don't like that word crazy, but the expression is crazy people don't think they're going crazy. They think they're getting saner. And evil people don't think they're getting evil. They think they're expanding a shadow, right? They have a purpose. They have a reason. There's an underlying thing, and that's what we're going to try to find today for your character. What's the underlying thing? So first thing we're going to do is a 2-minute writing on Speak No Evil. Think about your character, get them in mind. I'm going to give you something every 30 seconds and just free write blah, blah, blah. I said this in episode 1. I haven't said it in a while, but I want you to write blah, blah, blah until the next word comes. I don't want you to look up. I don't want you to edit. I don't want you to erase. This is not your story. This is a free write activity, a warm up so that you can flesh out this character. So write in point form, write as fast as you can, surprise yourself. For 30 seconds, I want you to think. First, we're going to talk about speak no evil. And you could say this out loud. You can speak as your character if you want, or you can write. It's up to you for this one. And maybe you can switch back and forth. If you get tired of writing, start talking. First thing I want you to just write about is answer this question for me in 1 minute. And maybe there's more than one answer, and you're not stuck how you started. What does your character want? What does the bad guy want? It's a very simple start. Maybe it's complicated. We'll go to fly. 1 minute. What do they want? Just write randomly, not sentences. What do they want? Maybe they don't want anything. 10 more seconds. Just what do they want? Try to hear their voice. Let them speak through you. Good. Now I'm going to ask you, this is what you're going to do for 1 minute. It's called, this is a good activity that we're going to come back to actually. It's ask them why until they cry. Why until they cry. So they've just told you what they want. And for 1 minute, you're going to write one sentence and then write why. One sentence, why. Why do you want that? Why? 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 See what happens if for 1 minute you just keep asking that question. Why? Why? I got cat hair in my nose. Sorry. Keep going. 1 minute. What do you want? Why? Why do you want that? Why do you feel that way? Why is that important? Why do you believe that? Why? Keep digging. 30 more seconds. Why? Ten seconds. We're just warming up. Good. So you've let your character speak. You've dug a little. That why activity, you could go on forever. Sometimes I do that for 10 minutes. Why? They write one sentence. Why? It's digging apart, trying to get deeper. So we're going, that's speak no evil. Or speak some evil. Now we're going to hear some evil. So what I want you to do is I really want you to picture them listening. Picture them taking over your body. I'm going to ask them some questions, one every 30 seconds. So write fast. And if you can't think of anything, write blah, blah, blah. Let random crap come out. Maybe your character doesn't know. The first question is, what's the meanest thing that's actually ever happened to you? The meanest thing someone's done to you. Let them tell you that. Ready? Go. The meanest thing you've ever heard. What's the meanest thing you've ever heard? Go. Maybe you said it. Maybe someone else said it. In the character. Ten more seconds. We're just warming them up. It's not a novel. Next question. What's the truest thing you've ever heard? Ask the character. What's the truest thing you ever heard? 30 seconds. You can have more than one answer. Or maybe you think everything's a lie. The truest, most true truth. 10 more seconds. If you don't know, write blah, blah, blah. Surprise yourself. 1. What's the best advice anyone ever gave you? If your piece is a comedy, make it funny maybe. If your piece is a tragedy, make it tragic. What is this character's best advice they ever heard? 30 seconds. You're just playing, have fun. Ten more seconds. Okay, maybe it's the same as the first answer, but what's the worst thing they ever heard? The worst thing you ever heard as that evil character? Go. Fifteen seconds. Worst thing they ever heard. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Don't quit yet. This is the last one. You can do this. We got 3 more minutes together here. I want you to try to, for 2 minutes, I'm going to ask you every 30 seconds, we're going to go to see no evil. Sometimes you have to get into the eyes of the bad person and see from their sense of justice, from their sense of life. I wrote a play inspired by the suicide of a teenage girl, a Canadian girl, where she was bullied by a guy who shared her video online. And I got to meet the guy who shared her video. I got to meet the 17-year-old who made this horrible mistake. And it's funny because it would have been so easy to write him as this bad guy who just was a jerk, who hates women, who shared this boobs and didn't care if the girl died and killed herself, right? And instead, actually, one thing that I got from the interview was, someone said he just thought that it would be cool. That was it. He wasn't sitting around thinking, I'm evil, I'm going to destroy a life today. He just thought people would think it was cool to share that photo. Sometimes evil, since Frankenstein, we've been loving the idea that society creates monsters. And now we have Maleficent, we have Joker, we have all these examples of look, people love the perspective of the evil and seeing it from their side of things. So this is the seeing it from their perspective. And for 2 minutes, we're going to go a little over time, maybe a minute and a half. I want you to try to write, what is a win? What is a lose? What is a win-win? What is a lose-lose? So I kind of want you to think about, in terms of what they want, what you've written about and what they're thinking about in this story, what is their idea of winning this story? What is their idea of losing this story? Do they have a way that both people can win in their mind? Do they have a way that both people can lose in their mind? Just play with that idea for 2 minutes, and then we'll come back and talk. If you have any questions or any insights that came up, type it in the comments. I want to talk about it for 1 minute. So, win, lose, win-win, lose-lose. How do they see it happening? See through their version of justice. Don't bias it. You got 1 minute and a half. Go. A win-win. Maybe they can't see winning or losing. Maybe they're not capable of it. Maybe they think everyone loses in the end. You got 1 more minute. Just free write. It's a warm-up. Maybe they have a lot of faith in something. "30 seconds. What's a lose-lose? What's a situation where everyone loses in their mind?" Ten more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. So it's a bit rushed today, but I hope out of the rush something came. It's always good to write faster than your brain can think. Try to surprise yourself, right? I've talked faster than my mouth can talk, and my mouth is dry. But feel free to go on this video after it comes up and in an hour or whatever, and write a bit about what you discovered from that. Use the tool, the comments, to write about what you discovered. There's a lot of people reading the comments and chatting on them. People are getting some dramaturgical support. It's a great thing to do. The other thing is take that evil character and do some of those other activities we did for your main character. Or do this activity again with your main character, because everybody is a little bit evil. Everybody's got a shadow side. Everybody from someone else's perspective is a villain, right? I may be thinking I'm a very positive, happy person, but from someone else's world, I'm the worst enemy they ever had. It's just perspective, and you want to play with perspective. You want to write fully dimensional characters. Craig said, finding balance isn't what's unsatisfying about Maleficent and Joker. In the writers turn bad guys into good guys. I don't quite understand that comment. Finding balance isn't what's unsatisfying. I don't know what we're saying there, but I'll talk to you after, Craig, and I'll thank you all for coming out tonight. I hope that I'm not a bad guy by ignoring that comment, but just write fully dimensional characters no matter who they are. If they're the bad guy, they still have to move your plot forward, right? Or no, if they're the bad guy, they're not just supposed to move your plot forward. They're supposed to be fully fleshed out human beings or fully fleshed out characters. I hope that was helpful. I'll see you again on Friday. You're all amazing, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.